What is going on today, everyone? Welcome back to Fix It Garage and the Subaru WRX engine replacement. If you guys don't remember, in the last episode, I showed off this new project. It's a 2016 Subaru WRX with a blown up motor. So what we're going to do today is the goal is to get this engine out of the car and ready for disassembly. As you guys can see, we've already got this car up on the quick jacks. We've actually drained the fluids out of it, so we're ready to start working on this car right away. Let's jump into the top side and start tearing things apart. First things first, we need to start getting things out of the way so we can pull the engine out. Now, there's many different ways to do this. I like to either work from right to left or left to right, removing things that are in the way from pulling this engine out. So things like the battery, the top mount intercooler, the electronics, the intake, fuel lines, AC lines, coolant lines, radiator, all those different things are gonna have to come out. But I kind of like to work strategically and go from one side to the other, or I like to work on one system at a time. So like I will focus on getting the cooling system taken apart, or the fuel system, or the electronics disconnected. Like I'll do one system at a time and methodically work my way through, especially when it's my first time pulling out an engine on its particular vehicle. So let's go ahead and let's start off by actually pulling off that top mount intercooler so we can see more of what's going on underneath. And that will help me better assess the direction that we're gonna keep going in disassembling this engine. All right, so we got the top mount out. We also went ahead and pulled the battery and the airbox. If you want to have a ton of room to work on this car, literally pull the airbox, the top mount, and the battery out, and you have tons of extra room to do things like spark plugs, intake, all those different little mods that you might want to do. Just pull those three things off and you have a ton of room. Next, we got to go ahead and work on getting the radiator out, pulling off the electronics on the passenger side, and any other loose ends that will prevent us from pulling this engine out. All right, so we got a lot more work done. We got the ECU out and the connectors sitting on top of the engine. Radiator is out, giving us all kinds of room up here. We have our heater core lines unhooked. Our fuel lines are now disconnected, and all of our electrical is fully disconnected. The engine is pretty much now free floating. The exhaust at the catalytic converter is also unbolted. So all that's left is we need to take off these two brace bars, unbolt the transmission, and then undo the motor mounts, and we should be able to pull this thing right out of here. So we're gonna go ahead, get those bars off, and get the cherry picker hooked up so we can get this engine out. great. This is all, there we go. I was like, that's all stuck.
It's okay, we got all of that for the YouTube.
You guys are probably wondering how I got here. Well, I'm an idiot, that's how.
It all started one Tuesday morning.
Work on cars, they said. It'd be fun, they said. You'll make lots of money.
Always a lucrative career field, man. Cars aren't going anywhere.
Cars are great to work on because they'll be here forever. All right, so we think we have everything off. So we're gonna go ahead and try to pull this engine out. We're gonna get the engine free, and then we're actually gonna lower the car down to get the engine up and out of this car. So fingers crossed everything goes well.
I mean, like, look, you can see the gap in there now. It's big.
That's what she said.
That is not what anyone has ever said to me.
Well, that's a good thing then. I think right now, hold on, I think what it is right now is the engine is doing, this is the trans, the engine is sitting like this.
Mm-hmm.
So there's too much weight on one part of it. So I kind of pick up the front of the back.
Oh, hey, wait, that was a, hold on a sec. That might have been the trick, dude. Yeah, keep doing that. I'm walking your side off, too.
I'm gonna lower it.
There we go. There we go. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That trans is...
Something was not lined up. That was why it was being a little butt cheese.
That trans is hanging on there pretty tight still on those studs. I might go down a little bit more on here.
The studs are free.
Oh, there we go. Is that it?
Yep, that's it. So now we just need to lower the car back down, and then pull the engine.
Studs are free?
Yeah, yeah, because they're in the bell housing now. All right, engine is out. It's over here now. It's over here. Whoa! Yeah, so we got the motor out. We did find some other stuff like that's not very good, just so you're aware. All right, so the release bearing on the transmission is bad. That bearing noise, you do not ever want to hear that. So that was probably making noise, but you couldn't hear it over the fact that the engine was, you know, knocking. So we're gonna be recommending we put in a new clutch and a new release bearing, so you can see that there is some wear on the pressure plate as well. So we have it out. At this time, it's always a better idea to do a new clutch. As far as pulling this engine, super simple. Underneath, you just need to unbolt the exhaust, your motor mounts, and your lower trans bolts. And then there's braces that run right here that you want to remove. And it gives you all the room in the world to actually pull this engine out. Super easy. And up top, you've got your electronics are basically here. You've got a couple plugs over here and then some ground straps. And that's easy. Fuel lines are right up top. Coolant lines are very easy. Like, there's nothing complicated. when it comes to pulling a motor, I honestly think Subarus are probably some of the easiest engines to pull compared to like all the other ones I've done. So if you're looking for like your first time pulling a motor, go buy a Subaru and do it because it's super easy.
My first one was a Kia Sorento. It sucked.
Don't do Kia Sorentos for your first engine pull. And don't do Kia Stingers. All right, now that we have the engine out, we need to put it on an engine stand so I can tear it apart. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing on an engine stand, pull the clutch off, and then I can start disassembling the motor. All right, so we have the flywheel off, and something very interesting on the back of this engine that I did not expect is the timing gear is back here. So this is your crank trigger wheel for timing the engine. So they've got all of these little teeth which pick up where the engine is, and you've got these two gaps that tell it for like cylinder 1 and probably cylinder 4, so it knows where the engine is in time. It's a pretty neat little piece. Something you always want to do is be really careful and don't drop these. I would know from experience on the other car, if you drop them and you break a tooth, then the engine does not want to run correctly, and on something like this, now you're pulling the whole motor back out to fix it. So we're gonna set this down and be very gentle. Whack! All right, you want to do... I'm gonna take that out of the... No, you must... Get it out of here. I'm gonna be a princess. I need one more thing.
What you need?
Can I have my hat that's on the hot tub? All right, and just like that, we've got the engine on a stand and me standing in the engine bay. So that is gonna do it for today. In the next video, we're gonna go ahead and tear this motor apart and start In the next video, we're gonna go ahead and tear this thing apart so we can send everything off that we need to get machined so we can eventually put this thing back together. But that's gonna do it for today. I wanna thank all you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe too for more of this content. Bye.